got?
Jason, how tough is it to get back into a rhythm after a 2-week break?
Actually, I don't think it's that difficult. I think the break kind of lets everybody rest, kind of get away from the game for a little bit. And I find usually that first week back, guys have more energy and more focus because you kind of have broken up the monotony of the season a little bit. You got to emphasize it, right? And I think Nick and the coaches are doing a good job of making sure that guys are back in the right mindset and feels good.
Jason, when you played in your home opener, a bunch of the Phillies were there, and there was a "Let's Go Phillies" chants to the players as they're sitting in the booth and everything else. You obviously got to experience the other side of that.
Yeah.
What was it like, and is there any sort of, we see how the city's reacting with what's happening to the Phillies, so, we want to just feed off that going on in your locker room at all?
I don't know. I think I'm not really trying to take what the Phillies are doing and apply it to the Eagles. I think just enjoying what the Phillies are doing, and the fans in the city right now is electric, and it's fun to participate in that, no matter if you're playing football or whatever you're doing as a job. I think it's a great time to be in the city of Philadelphia. The games are awesome to go to. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
How did that whole chugging beer thing come about?
There's a woman named Cindy Webster that's worked at WIP for a long time, and she reached out to me actually the week before to see if I could go to one of the Phillies games. And with my ankle and everything, I was like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it this week, but maybe on the bye week we'll check it out. And sure enough, it worked out. There's another gentleman with the Phillies, John. I can't remember John's last name. The director of fun and games.
John Bridget.
Man, talk about a great title. That sounds like a great job. So yeah, all those guys kind of set it up, and the beer thing was kind of a last minute deal. Didn't know if we were going to be able to do it or not, or didn't know if there's parameters with the TV copies and whatnot going on. But that was probably I don't know if that made it. I feel like the Phanatic moment was enough, but the beer was icing on the cake.
Jason, what have you enjoyed most about the stretch that Miles Sanders is on and what he's been able to provide you guys from the backfield?
Yeah, Miles has done great, and I think we can still do better in that category. I think Miles has ran the ball extremely well. He's made a lot of hay when there hasn't been necessarily great looks. I think as an offensive line, we can do better for sure, and he's made the most out of his carries this year.
Getting back to that, what was that moment like, in front of all those fans and stuff, hugging the Phanatic?
I don't know. I think it's, I don't know. You just go to the game. Going in, you're going to do it. You're going to go on the field and everything. So I think but once you're out there, you're kind of in the moment, and it's just exciting. It's just fun. I don't know. I mean, you can hear people cheering, but I don't know. It's I don't know. It's just a fun experience. The Phanatic is obviously legendary in this town as a mascot. I tell people this. My wife cries sometimes when she sees the Phanatic, which I don't really get, but I guess I get it now because he puts you in a good mood. So. Yeah, out on the field right away, it was a lot of fun, and happy that the crowd was into it, and more importantly, I'm happy the Phillies won the game. I mean, that's what we were all there for. So,
Jason, what do you know about your new teammate Robert Quinn, and what's been the key to getting all these guys kind of acclimated and to the team and playing at a high level? It doesn't always go that way with new pieces, but seems to.
I think we do a good job with it. I think, Robert's a really, really good player. He's been a double-digit sack guy for pretty much his whole career. I know this year numbers might not be there, but, he's a very tough matchup for a lot of tackles in the NFL. And, I think it's a similar system for him. He's played in things like this before, so hopefully it'll be an easy acquisition from that end. I think we have a culture around here that's very welcoming of players. I don't really remember any instance, honestly, where we brought a guy in and it was like a problem or like a cancer. You know, I think we have a good locker room. We have a team that's, always kind of been unselfish and, just trying to win games. And when you bring a guy in that you think can help you do that, it's, that's what it is. And you want to make the most of that, and you're excited about that. So, yeah, I really, obviously, we've made moves like this before. The one that comes to mind immediately is the Jay Ajayi move in 2017. It's an last opportunity really to make a big move to try and improve your roster. And I've never been even remotely worried about, a player not acclimating to our locker room. As a matter of fact, I think I was talking to Jeff McClain maybe yesterday, but I think personally, when I see disgruntled players, I think that speaks more about the organization and the culture of the team 9 times out of 10 than it does the player. There are not too many guys that I've played with or been around that are bad guys. I mean, maybe a handful of guys league-wide that I think maybe don't fit in, but I can't remember one that's been here that I felt like wasn't a great member of the locker room and team.
Jason, I know comparisons are tough, but in 2017, this team lost a lot of key players as the season went on. At this point, could you say that this team has more talent than that team did?
I'm not going to say that. Even if it was true, I probably wouldn't say it. I don't know if that's true or not. I think we're certainly probably more talented in certain areas, maybe less talented in others, but we're definitely very talented, and we're more than talented enough to win against anybody we play. And I think that as long as we continue to grow and have the right focus, and everybody's trying to get better each and every day, and we're only 6 games in the season, 7 weeks. It's where we're at right now is not going to be what matters. What matters is where we're going to be in the next 12 to 15 weeks. And
Super tough. How does that motivate you guys? Because although you're at the top currently, there's absolutely no breathing room.
I don't focus on other teams for the most part. I think I focus on the Eagles, like I was just saying. We're going to have to continue to get better regardless of what the conference is, regardless of who we play. Every team is going to continue to get better throughout the course of the season. So I don't really worry too much about standings and rankings at this point in the season. I'm really just focused on trying to get better as a team and as a group.
What were some top moments from putting that Christmas album together?
There's a lot. I mean, I think, it was a lot of fun. It was, you meet new people, and it's always good to meet. It's always exciting to meet people who are like experts in their field and extremely talented individuals. And there's a lot of talented musicians on this album that really make it. I think, we're just out there having fun, but there's some people on the record that are really, really talented and have dedicated their lives to their crafts. And whenever you get to watch somebody work and their process and how they kind of create something like that is a joy. So one, it's just fun to hang out in a pretty light atmosphere, drink some beers and sing Christmas songs. But I think outside of that, it's also extremely privileged and humbling to watch another person who's as talented as some of these musicians are work.
Why'd you want to do it? What was the inspiration behind it?
I think we had this idea last year around Christmas time. I thought it'd be fun. I think we could do it. I did not think it was going to get to this level of quality and this level of musical, this musical level. I think really just getting connected with the right people. Charlie Hall being a big part of that, the drummer for War on Drugs, who's very connected in the music community in Philadelphia, and can arrange music, play music, do all that stuff. And a lot of people were willing to lend their time and talent to it. I think it's just, I don't know, just sounded fun, to be honest with you. And it was right around the toy drive last year that we were doing with CCTC. So it was like, hey, let's do an album, raise some money for kids around Christmas, have some fun. I mean, sounds like a good time to me.
How about the singing part of it? Did you ever have any vocal
Well,
work in your past?
I think you could, what Jordan did, you could call singing. And what Lane did, you could call singing. I don't know if you could call what I did singing. I'm very much just like a yeller in certain tones. I think there's some songs on there that I think are going to shock people, especially people that haven't heard Jordan Mailata sing. There's at least one that he is like. The song's just, I think, really. I mean, it sounds like a legitimate, like pop, like hit. Like I think it could be huge, but. I don't, the quality of it, Merrill was obviously kind enough to lend his time to be on it, which I think will, hopefully, the idea behind that was to make it something special that I think all Philadelphia fans, I don't know if there's any voice more iconic than Merrill Reese. And I know that I'm going to sure enjoy listening to that with my family the night before Christmas. So, I think it's, we wanted it to be a Philadelphia thing. We wanted it to be something that the community could embrace and have fun with. And we wanted it to be something that could, raise Christmas spirit and give some kids a great holidays.
Mailata said Lane sounds like Elvis.
Lane is actually better. Lane is going to surprise people too, because nobody knows Lane can sing. And Lane and I, a lot of times after games, we'll goof around and sit in his car, wait for traffic to die down, and listen to old sad country songs usually, and he's got a very, very good voice. All righty.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.